They've done it again. The Duke and Duchess of Montecito, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have once again found themselves in the eye of the storm. And this time, it's not just any storm, it's a carbon emissions cyclone. Hi, I'm Nana Aquia, and this is GBN Royal. Now, when I first heard that Prince Harry had found a woman of colour, I punched the air. I took both hands off the wheel. I was driving at the time. I almost killed myself. Thank God I didn't. I'd be so angry. But then Meghan Markle started preaching about climate change after having taken a series of private jets donated to her from the likes of Elton John. I'm afraid the stench of hypocrisy was too strong. It nosedived from there. They've been trotting the globe on their worldwide privacy tour in Bombardier jets, whilst preaching compassion for their fellow man and indeed the environment with their eco-friendly banter. A load of codswallop. Do as I say, not as I do, more like. Harry saying he'll offset his carbon. No amount of offsetting, which is a scam by the way, will be enough in his lifetime to make up for the hot air that both he and his missus are emitting. The other day, the dastardly duo jetted off to Vancouver for the Invictus Games. But it's not their destination that's raising eyebrows again, it's how they got there. Picture this, a luxurious private jet gleaming in the California sun, ready to whisk our faux royal couple away to the great white north. It's a scene straight out of a Hollywood movie, except this isn't a movie. This is real life for these two, and critics like me are having a field day. What a pair of total, utter hypocrites. You see, Harry and Meghan didn't just hop on any old commercial flight like us mere mortals. Oh no, they chartered a private jet for their journey from Santa Barbara to Vancouver. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I'm pretty sure that's not the most eco-friendly way to travel, especially not for the couple who've been preaching about climate change faster than you can say carbon footprint. But wait, there's more. Our jet-setting couple didn't just stop at Vancouver. They took another short hop over to Victoria on Vancouver Island. Because why fly once when you can fly twice? It's like they're collecting air miles for a game of royal bingo. Now, I can already hear the Sussex squad rushing to their defence. But Nana, they'll say, they need privacy and security. And to that I say, have they never heard of first class or even, dare I say, business class? I'm sure they could find a way to fly commercially without being mobbed by adoring fans or paparazzi. After all, William and Kate, the heirs to the throne, the future king and queen, they manage it. Harry and Meghan aren't the first royals to use private jets, and they certainly won't be the last. The real issue here isn't just about one flight or even two. It's about the message it sends. Harry and Meghan positioned themselves as eco-warriors, champions of the environment. They've warned us about the ticking clock to protect our planet. They've supported Greta Thunberg and lectured us all about reducing our carbon footprint. And yet here they are, leaving a carbon footprint big enough to make Bigfoot jealous. It's a classic case as I said before, do as I say, not as I do. And let me tell you, that doesn't sit well with the British public, who have funded Harry for most of his life and will still be indirectly contributing to it even now. We Brits love nothing more than calling out hypocrisy, especially when it comes gift-wrapped, or should I say grift-wrapped, in designer clothes and private jet fuel. But perhaps maybe I'm being too harsh. After all, Harry has said in the past that he flies commercial 99% of the time. Maybe this is what that 1% exception looks like. Maybe there were unique circumstances that required them to fly private. Perhaps they were transporting a rare breed of corgi that can only travel at high altitudes. Or maybe they were on a secret mission to save the world's maple syrup or jam supply. Stranger things have happened in the royal family. But all joking aside, this incident does raise some serious questions. How can public figures effectively advocate for environmental causes when their actions seem to contradict their words? Is it fair to expect, and I'll call these people celebrities and royals, to live by the same standards that they promote? And most importantly, how many private jet flights does it take to get to the centre of a PR disaster? Now, let's not forget why they're in Canada in the first place. They're the Invictus Games, Harry's brainchild and passion project, set to take place in Vancouver next year. It's a wonderful event that supports wounded, injured and sick servicemen and women. No one can deny the positive impact it has had on so many lives. But does the end justify the means? Can we overlook the environmental impact of their travel because of the good work they're doing? Some might call it a tricky balance. I'd say, well, look, if you want to preach and grift, then you cannot be a hypocrite. On one hand, we want our public figures to use their platform for good, to raise awareness about important issues like climate change. Well, some of us do. On the one hand, we want our public figures to use their platform for good, to raise awareness about important issues like climate change. On the other hand, we expect them to practice what they preach. The trouble with this pair is that they wanted privacy. So if you want privacy, why don't you just go home quietly and just enjoy your lives and spend your money silently, instead of telling us how we should behave in our lives, then doing the very opposite. That's the problem with this pair. And let's not forget that this isn't the first time Harry and Meghan have faced criticism for their travel choices. I mentioned it earlier, but the great private jet debacle in 2019, when I royally went off the pair, when they took 4 private jet trips in 11 days, that caused such an uproar that even Sir Elton John had to step in to defend them. And when Elton John is your voice of reason, you know you're in trouble. They're former working royals. They've stepped back from their official duties. If they're not prepared to pull their weight, they should give up their titles, frankly. The British public, and indeed the world, holds the royal family to high standards. We expect them to lead by example. But this is more than just falling short. It's blatant hypocrisy. So what's the solution? Should Harry and Meghan give up flying altogether and travel everywhere by solar-powered hovercraft? Should they offset their carbon emissions by planting a forest every time they take a trip? Or should they just accept that their lifestyle and their message doesn't add up? Or should they shut their traps and live privately like they said they would? As for this latest private jet journey, it's just one of a string of bad decisions and bad PR. Will it be the straw that breaks the camel's back, causing even their most ardent supporters like the Sussex squad to question their sincerity? In the world of Harry and Meghan, anything's possible. This is Nana Akwe for GBN Royal. Until next time, keep calm and carry on, preferably on a commercial flight.